Hey, have you ever tried to quit smoking? Oh, don't mind how I'm dressed. It's a new company dress code. No. I'm not here to sell you anything. Just listen to my story, and you make your own decision, okay? Had to be about a year ago, this fall, that I decided to quit. It was because of the usual reasons anyone quits. My wife, Audrey, and I were hard up for cash. Even we were both unemployed at the time, and she was pregnant. We both decided to make some sacrifices to save money in preparation for the arrival of the new baby. She sold off some of her jewelry to a local pawn shop and started looking for a stay-at-home job. I really cracked down on finding myself a real full-time job and obviously decided to give up smoking as well. I had tried a few times before with various methods. Cold turkey was first, the Nicorette gum, and of course the patch. And to tell you the truth, they are all full of it. I even tried that dumb fucking e-cigarette piece of shit. Newsflash! Save your money. So, this time I figured that I would see my doctor about it and he would prescribe me some pills or something. I know. You don't have to say it. You were unemployed and you wanted to go to a doctor about this? How the fuck are you going to pay the bill or get the prescription, dipshit? Well, we have enough left around to cut for this, with the idea that it would save us money in the long run. Don't worry, I got lucky. Okay, so I called up the doctor's office and set up an appointment for 11:15 the next morning. I was going to quit smoking in the first place, so I held off on having any before I left. I hopped onto my piece of shit 1992 Ford Tempo and off I went. I strode into the office sometime around 11 o'clock and there was no one in line for the front desk and no people in the waiting room. Bonus! I wasn't in the particular mood to sit and listen to some asswipe complain about his life in the ever-popular "no matter how loud I talk, you can't hear me when I'm on my cell phone" volume, or watch some teen mom with a lack of parenting skills let her kid rip apart the magazine rack. I stood at the front desk for a solid 10 minutes. As it turns out, the receptionist was asswipe with the phone. So I stared at her and she held up the "give me a minute, I'm on the phone here" finger. She giggles at her conversation and continues talking. I bit my tongue and tapped my finger on the desk. After a while, the receptionist decided that I was worthy of her attention. "Can I help you?" she asked in a really bitchy tone that made me want to grab her by the neck, squeeze until her head popped. "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have an appointment to see Dr. Matson for 11:15. Name, Mark. Mark Skransky. Mr. Skransky. Let me see here. Ah, there it is. For 11:15, you say? Yeah, that's the one. Well, then, there seems to be a few issues here. Go figure. What could they be? Well, number one, you're late for your appointment. Bull! I got here 15 minutes early to fill out paperwork. You were on your damn phone. Sir, don't start with an attitude or I'll have to escort you off the property. I have no proof of when you arrived. You should have signed in on the sheet. You saw me standing here. Never mind. I'll just sign in. Now, can I see the doc? Well, that would be the other issue. Since you were here late, you missed your appointment and Dr. Matson is booked tight for the rest of the day. Really? You're shitting me. No one is here. Sir, I warned you, and I will not do it again. Insurance? Ha! I wish. Ha is right. Just sign in and find a seat. I will see what I can do. I grabbed the pen and scratched my name into the sign-in sheet. Under time, I wrote 11 a.m. as large as I could. I also happened to notice that no one else had signed in that day. Book my ass, I muttered under my breath. Believe it or not, the dumb cunt went right back to yakking on the phone. This is fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic, I muttered a little louder. She glared at me for a second and then turned back to her oh-so-important phone conversation. I smirked a little and sat there with my proverbial thumb up my ass. I checked my watch and figured a magazine might help me pass the time. The magazine rack was full of your typical doctor's office reading material, parenting magazines, men's health, along with assorted other crap. I picked up a motor trend and flipped through the pages. Nothing was worth spending any time reading, so I put it back. The weight was almost unbearable. Dull office white walls, the television droning in a repetitive loop of health news, racks of pamphlets trying to convince people to ask for certain prescriptions. If your ass hair grows faster than you can keep up with, ask your doctor about bullshit atophy. I was counting the dots on the ceiling tiles, wondering if I should just reschedule for another day when I heard, "Mr. Scrumskin! Mark Scrumskin? Scranskin," I replied, as I checked my watch and looked up to see a tall, slender figure standing in the doorway. He was almost a sickly kind of skinny, although he didn't look old. I couldn't really put my finger on the age. He had short gray hair sticking out from a red-orange hairpiece. His eyes were slightly sunken, his skin was pale, almost white. He wore a pair of burnt orange slacks with tan dots and a long white lab coat. My jaw dropped at the sight of this odd-looking man. "Dr. Matson?" I asked. It's not like I ever spent any time at the doctor's office, and the stun of seeing this guy completely forced any idea of what Dr. Matson actually looked like out of my head. "No, unfortunately, the good Dr. Matson has just left the office due to a very sudden illness," he replied in somewhat hoarse, raspy voice. Ironic, I thought in my head. Well, the receptionist said that he was booked for the day. "Are you taking his patients?" "Only some of them. I've just transferred to this office from Newport, Rhode Island, and Dr. Matson has graciously offered for me to take some of his patients until I have established myself with this office. Patient allowing, of course." "All right, I guess." I was a bit hesitant, but my impatient side got the better of me. "Right, then, Mr. Skarfsky? It's Skransky," I replied. I heard the receptionist holler something as the door shut behind me, but I figured it was part of her phone conversation, or maybe someone else interrupting it. I followed him into a small examination room. It had the normal examination table and a few posters of various body parts with medical terms and arrows pointing out the different parts that made up whatever the poster was supposed to be of. It says here it's been a while since your last checkup. Yeah, lack of funding, if you catch my drift. That's not really what I came in for. Oh, unfortunately, I can't help you until you've had a physical. Well, you see, that's kind of the problem. I don't really have insurance to cover this visit, and I am on a tight budget. I see. Well, maybe we can make some sort of payment arrangement afterward? I guess. Just try to keep it cheap, Doc. Alright? I never did catch your name. At the same time, I thought to myself, my wife is going to fucking kill me when she sees this bill. But it's for my own good. Oh, I am sorry. You can call me Dr. Winston. Alright, Doc Winston. Let's get this over with. He continued with a quick examination. He checked blood pressure, weight, turned my head, cough, so on and so forth. Last, he checked my breathing. He held the cold stethoscope on my chest and asked me to breathe deeply. Are you a smoker, Mr. Scrumsky? Listen, it's Skransky? You know what? Just call me Mark. Yes. That's why I'm here, actually. Oh, is it? What seems to be the issue? I explained to him the situation, and his big gray eyes looked right through me as I spoke, as if reading into my soul. It was rather unsettling, but I put it off for the time being. Well, you are in luck, he said as he stretched a tight-lipped grin across his white, fragile, paper-like figures. It just so happens that we have a chance of a lifetime. There is a newly developed medication for just such an individual as yourself. Come on, Doc, really? Brand new? That means it's going to cost what? Both arms and a leg? What are we talking here? No, you misunderstood. This medication has just entered the testing phase before it's released to the general public. They currently will be paying volunteers the sum of $1,500 to test it and report back on the results. Don't worry. It's been cleared for human testing. Really? They'll pay me to take their pills just to see if it works or not. Oh, not just that. But since you are my first patient and I have been closely involved with the development of the medication, I'm willing to waive your bill for today's visit if you agree to involve yourself with this trial. It seemed like a win-win. I mean, I would get my appointment for free, along with the prescription I came for, and on top of all, I'm getting paid. I was in. All right, sounds good. What are the terms of payment, and what do I need to do? Well, it is a 15-day trial. Each day we will meet, and you will describe to me what the prescription is doing to you. I will pay you $100 per report. There are 2 types of pills. This box," he held up a red and orange box, "is what you will take 3 times daily. First thing in the morning, exactly halfway through your day, and just before sleep." He held up a second box. It was black and gray. "And this box is what you shall take any time you have the urge to smoke. You shall continue to smoke through the trial, and especially if you take a pill from the black and gray box. In fact, I'll provide you with cigarettes as well throughout the trial." He handed me a coupon booklet that had to cover at least 3 cartons worth of cigarettes. If I keep smoking, how will this work? Believe me, on the 15th day of the trial, you will no longer want to smoke. Really? Does this get any better? The only stipulation is you absolutely must complete the trial. Yeah, I know. If I don't finish it, you won't pay me. I get it. I turned to walk out. The receptionist met me at the door to the waiting room. "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." "Excuse me?" "You can't just go bursting into the examination area of a doctor's office. You're lucky I don't call the authorities." "Listen, baby. You must have had the phone further in your ear than I thought. The doc called me in. He gave me a free examination, a prescription, and some coupons, and now I'm leaving. I'm calling the police. The doctor has been on his lunch break and will not see patients until 12:45. Whatever, lady. I'm sick of this shit. I'm out of here." And with that, I left. That was more than enough drama for one day, so I jumped in the tempo with my loot, fired it up, and went to pull out of the office parking lot. I noticed the clock on the car read 12:07. No way the visit was that short. I didn't go into the examination room until 12:05. Even the clock doesn't work in this piece of shit car. My watch ran the same. Must have read it wrong earlier. I made a pit stop on the way home, picked up a couple packs of Marlboro Reds. I figured if smokes are free, I might as well get decent ones. Screw this USA Gold Pall Mall shit. I walked into the house, put my dog, Goose, on the leash, then walked out the back to have my first smoke of the day. Before I lit it up, I popped one of the gray and black pills, then enjoyed my smoky goodness. Audrey saw me out back and decided to see what was going on. "Hey honey, I wasn't expecting you home so soon. Did you make your appointment?" "Yeah, I got in. New doctor is a hair on the odd side, and the receptionist was batshit crazy, but I got it done." "Then why are you smoking?" "I thought you went there to get something to help you with that." "Yeah, I did, but don't worry about it. He gave me these." I tossed her the box of pills. "Great. How much did they run us? Including the full checkup or just for the pills?" "You had to get a checkup too? Jesus Christ. I don't want to know." "No, go ahead. Guess. Not as bad as you think." "I'm gonna say $500. Way off. Try again." "Come on. I don't want to play this game right now. Just tell me." "All right, fine. The appointment was free, and the doctor's going to pay me $1,500 to go on those pills for 15 days. And all I have to do is meet up with him once a day and tell him how it's going, and he'll give me $100 a day. Plus, he gave me coupons for free smokes while I'm on this trial. He told me to keep smoking like I normally do. Just take the pills, red and orange, 3 times a day, and the black and gray every time I want a cigarette." Wow. This is kind of odd. But if we're getting paid for it, I guess it's worth a try. She turned the box over in her hands and started making a remark about the pills, but her words started to sound distant. My ears began to rush and my head was swimming. The world blurred in and out of focus, and then nothing. I woke up with my wife standing over me, phone in hand with 911 on the other end. "Oh wait, he's waking up now. Thank God, I'm not sure. Hold on 1 second. Honey, are you okay? You passed out for a minute." Yeah, I'm fine. My head hurts a bit, but I think I'm good. Good. They're sending an ambulance now. No, no ambulance. I'm fine. It was just a head rush. Do you know how much an ambulance ride costs? Tell them to call it off. Give me the phone. I'll do it. Hello, 911? A woman's voice responding. "Sir, can you tell me what happened?" No, don't worry. Call Call back your ambulance. I just had a bad head rush. Sir, I need you to confirm your condition before I can do that. No big deal. I passed out. I'm fine. The voice on the phone changed slightly. It deepened and gained a hoarse quality. You took them,
Shut down.
didn't you? The pills.
Double kill.
Ashes. And then static. Sir? Sir, are you still there? Said the operator, who was now returning to normal. What did you just say? Sir, are you on a cellular phone? Our connection seems to be bad. No. What did you say about the pills and ashes? Sir, I did not say anything about pills or ashes. Did you take something that caused you to pass out? No, it must have been the static. I misheard you. I swear, I am fine. Alright, sir. I will recall the ambulance and alert them that it was a false alarm, but if this happens again, I would advise you to seek medical attention. I'll do that, he said, and hung up the phone. I wiped some drool from my mouth onto my sleeve and noticed it was black. I neglected to mention it to my wife. She had had enough stress for one day, and I think I did as well. The rest of our day was rather uneventful. As I was getting ready for bed, thoughts of the voice on the phone, the strange doctor voice in my head. Just a strange day. I picked up the boxes of pills and looked at them. There were no labels on the boxes. In fact, no words at all. Just a cardboard box that was red on one half and orange on the other. It was the same with the black and gray box. I pulled one of the blister packs of pills out of the red and orange box, popped one of the pills out of the foil, rolled it around in my hand. It didn't look like any other pill I had ever seen. Not that I usually spent very much time studying pills in the past, but the pill was a clear casting and a red liquid inside. Another orange liquid swirled around inside the pill but didn't mix. Kind of like oil and water. The pill emitted a faint glow. It's $1,500, I thought to myself. Swallowed the pill. The next morning I awoke in a cold sweat. The black liquid was at the corner of my mouth again. I've never been one to remember my dreams, but there was a definite feeling of dread. My wife stayed in bed, and I went through my normal morning routine with the addition of taking my new pill. I brushed my teeth, set up coffee, and went out back for my morning smoke, and let Goose out. I pulled out the black and gray pills again. I had taken a few the day before, but hadn't really stopped to look at them. After looking at the other ones last night, I decided to take a better look at these as well. Now, they were similar to the red and orange ones, except these ones were gray and black, with swirls. Rather than emitting light, these are completely devoid of any. It was almost as if they sucked the light from around them, like they emitted darkness, whichever way you want to look at it. I noticed the dog had stopped walking and was staring at me with his hackles raised. Goose? What's your problem? Of course, he didn't respond. He just remained tense. Probably a squirrel or a chipmunk behind me or something. I went to pop the pill in my mouth, and Goose let out a loud bark, which startled me into dropping the pill on the ground. Goose, being the curious dog he was, ran up to it and gave it a sniff. He let out a loud, painful yelp and then took off across the lawn. Really, Goose? God, you're such a pussy. He was hiding in his doghouse. I just shook my head, picked up the pill, swallowed it, and had my smoke. It seemed each time I took them, the head rush that accompanied them got less and less. So I chalked it up to the side effects. The black liquid had to be from the pills as well. I finally convinced a reluctant Goose out of his doghouse and went back in the house. The rest of the morning went on as usual. Audrey rolled out of bed around 10:30. We browsed various websites for jobs, flipped through the classifieds, and watched some TV. And just then the doorbell rang. When I checked the clock, it was around 12:05. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I went to the door prepared to tell some salesman or Jehovah's Witness to go eat a dick. I peeked through the blinds. And behold, it was Dr. Winston. What the fuck is he doing here? I opened the door. Hey, Doc, can I help you? Mark, if I'm correct, I came for our daily meeting for your report. Oh, that's right. I was forgotten about that. I didn't expect you to show up at my house. Did we schedule a meeting? I said a meeting once a day, correct? Yeah, I guess you did. But I kind of figured that you would want to do it at a more convenient time at your office. It has been 24 hours, has it not? What time would be more convenient for an unemployed gentleman such as yourself? Fair enough, Doc. So, a report. I didn't type anything up. Can I just tell you about it? That would be all that is required. Well, I suppose just some minor side effects, especially from the gray and black pills. They gave me one hell of a head rush at first, but then they're not as bad after each time I take them. Also, I noticed some black liquid from my mouth every now and then. Normal. All normal. Everything seems perfectly in order here then. Continue your regimen, and I will meet you again tomorrow. He handed me a $100 bill. Turn. What? Who is it? Audrey said from behind me. It was the doc just stopping by for our meeting. Where? I kind of want to see this weirdo. He just left. Here, throw this in your purse. I handed her the $100 bill. Honey? You didn't talk to anyone. You opened the door, stood there for a second, and then I walked out.
Rampage.
I didn't feel like arguing. You really shouldn't argue with a pregnant woman. I went to take my midday pill and left it at that. That evening, Audrey and I were watching the news, and there was a report that caught my attention. In other news, unidentified body was found in a doctor's office at 15 South Main Street.